Hey everyone, this is Jason Dinger back with video number 6 in my series on how to design modules in Vassal for board games. In this one, we're going to learn how to do random draws of cubes from a bag or, say, tiles or chits from a stack. In a game like, say, Hospital Connect, you draw out the black, brown, and yellow disc. So anything like that you'd be drawing out. In this case, we're going to add them to the red player board. Unlike the at start stack we made in the previous video, that was just a stack. It didn't matter the order. They were all the same, one-sided, chit. It doesn't matter. In this case, it's going to be a little different. What we're going to do, we're going to add decks. Just like how our game cards that we added to the main board were a deck, it's a bag or a stack of chits, but in Vassal, it's known as a deck. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to do like we did before, right-click, go down to Add Deck. That comes up. We're just going to change all the properties like we did in the past. We'll just call it draw bag or cube draw bag, as it were. We're going to drop down until it belongs to the board, red player board. Again, if you remember in the past, I just put a generic 200 by 200 X and Y position. Once I've got stuff in the deck, I'll be able to reposition the stack manually and put it where I want it. That'll work for now. That's the reposition stack button there. Then you're going to have your width and your height for the artwork for that. In my case, I know my cubes are 131 by 149. Everything else is going to be the same. Allow multiple cards to be drawn, no. Allow specific cards, no. Draw new cards face up, yes. Reshuffle always. Reversible is unchecked. Show when it's empty. We're going to leave it black because of the fact that the red player board being pinkish. So we'll hit OK. Now we're going to go down. We've got our drawback. We're going to start adding stuff to it. So we're going to add a card. In this case, we are going to do individuals. We copy and paste instead of adding multiple cards. Because what I have, I'm going to have red cubes, blue cubes, and yellow cubes. But I'm going to have, say, 3 or 4 of each of them that are identical. So it's not a bunch of different cards. So we've got our basic piece, our mask. We're going to go add our proto. So in this case, it's going to be the cube prototype, cube proto that we did. The basic piece, we're going to double click that. Just name this blue cube. Same as we did before. It's going to be that same artwork. So we can drop down now because that exists in the game. We can just scroll and find where that cube blue is and pick it. We don't have to go double click like we did in the past. The mask is just some artwork that I found online, not artwork, a photograph. I guess you say, make it plain again, same as we did with the cards. We double click here and I've got a simple little drawbag I found on Google. So we're going to add that, click OK, and now once we save it, we're going to drop that down, and we're going to copy and paste. Again, you can right-click, or for this, I'm just going to do Control-C, Control-V, because I'm going to paste several of them. Go down, I'm going to take the last one, I'm going to edit it. I want the other ones to be the same. So everything's going to stay the same for the prototype of the mask. We're just change this to red cube, and then we're going to change the artwork. Again, we can just drop it down because the red cube art already exists in the prototype. So we'll just select that. Okay, copy. We're going to paste a few of those. Once that's done, go down to the last one. We're going to change that to being yellow. Same process we just did. Just double clicking, changing the name, changing the artwork with the drop down. So now we have our yellow cube, our red cube. Once that's done, we're going to Control-C to copy, come back up to the drawback, Control-V, and paste a few of those. So now we've got 3 each, blue, red, and yellow cubes. So we'll save it. Go ahead and close everything down. The cube art was already there, but we need to recompile it because the art for the bag wasn't. So that had to compile in. So now we go and we launch a new game. We'll pick red because remember, that's the only way we'll be able to see this, a hidden window from our previous video. So we've got a drawback there, and I can draw it off. There's my blue cube, my yellow cube, and these are just random, again, because it reshuffles always, so we're always going to have something random. And essentially we've got a deck, that has a picture on the back of a bag that we're pulling these cubes out of. Once it's done, we've got that square there. Anything we drop back, we're essentially dropping them back in the bag. So we'll pull everything over here, just close it back up. You can just see, and once you do that, it is random again. So if I would drop one and then pull it back off, it's going to come off random again. So again, just simple draw bag. We can draw things out of it randomly, put them back in the bag. Functions exactly like we need. So we'll close that down. We'll close this down. Now we're going to add another deck. In this case, it's going to be a stack of tiles or, say, cardboard chits that's going to be coins you're going to draw off of. So we're going to go here to red player board, right click, drop back down, add deck. We're just going to call that coin stack. Just something generic there, and any board red. I like the X position actually being 200 for this on that board, so we're going to keep that and put it about, say, 400 or 500 maybe. So it drops it down. The width and height for my coins are 188 pixels. Again, you'll find that in your graphic software. We're going to make all the rest of the settings the same as they were. Everything's going to be the same like we did for our cube draw bag, and we'll deal with repositioning it after we add some stuff. So we're going to right click. We're going to do it just the same when we add cards. We're adding them as, copying and pasting. We're going to add 3. So we're going to go with tile proto here, not the cube, because in this case the tile has, if you see we've got it, it's got, other options that we're going to want, cloning and deleting and things like that, or excuse me, not cloning and deleting. So we're going to go select our bare, single $1 coin. The mask is just going to be, background plain as we did before. We just got a gray coin for the back, silver, I guess, So we'll hit that. Okay, we'll save it. Now we can copy and paste. Same thing we did with the cubes. We're just going to make several copies of them. We'll have 3 copies each. On the fourth one, we're going to go ahead and change, make that a $2 coin. Go grab the art for the $2 coin. We're just going to repeat this process again, saving it. Copy, paste, make several copies. Once we get those pasted, go to the last one, change it, bring it up, change it to a $3 coin. Double click, get the art. Once that's done, we'll copy and paste, and we'll drop in a handful of those. So when it's all said and done, we'll have 3 coins of each denomination of $1, $2, $3. We'll save. We did add new art, so we're going to close that down. We're going to relaunch the module. Now when we launch the new game, we'll pick red, of course, so we can see it. So we got our button, we put it there. We've got our bag, we can draw cubes, randomly get different color cubes out of. We've got coins, you can draw, get 1, 2, 3, whatever's going to come off. Again, it's just a random stack. It works just the same as the cubes and the cards that we did. So you can see here, and even though these are at start stacks that start on that window, we could move it over if we wanted to. We could pull up the blue window. We could move some over there. We could, drag them, drop them to the main board. Just because they belong to that window that stack does, the components can be moved around. So we'll close all that down, and that'll wrap up this video on how to add a bag that you can draw cubes randomly out of, and how to have a stack of tiles you can randomly draw from. Thank you again for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.